What's up, everyone? Just wanted to do a quick little video here. Got a real good buddy, lives near me. He just purchased some of these Num4 double long bridgers. They are a real nice trap. They got a nice thick face jaw on them already, and they're quite heavy duty. This one's been completely modified here, but here's a stock one. You know, got a nice chain on it, nice swivels, real nice. Jaws are nice and thick. I mean, you could laminate them if you want to, but they're pretty thick to begin with for being just a straight stamped out steel jaw. Now, of course, all your double long springs, they come mounted onto the side. One thing you can do is, instead of having it come clean out here, you can set this, zip tie your springs down and pop your one side of your jaws out and pull your spring out, you know, and take this off of the spring and slide it around the frame, and it'll be down in here on the frame. So it's not so far off to the side like this. What I mean is, the one spring you would undo, take your jaws out on the one side, and now take this off your spring, slide it over onto the frame, and you can do that. Don't want to base plate it, and it will still be side action. When they pull, it's going to come over here to the side, but it's, you know, not clean over onto the end of the spring there. That's just one little trick you can do real quick, and you know, it don't interfere with the pan, because whenever you bed the trap, you can just have it off to the side to begin with. Now, this one has been completely modified out. Bubble tipped the jaws, I put a base plate on it, and you can see here I made it dogless with a #2 bridger pan. I think it fits nice, especially if you're going to use this for coyote and that. It's not real close to this jaw, and you got a nice area there. Some people like big pans, and honestly, some people used to cut their pans, I mean, the size of a quarter, and that, believe it or not, because that means, yes, I missed the coyote when he stepped here, but I did not have a poorly toe-caught coyote that pulled out, or bobcat, or whatever you target with this size trap. Now, #4 double long here is a 6-inch outside jaw spread, which I really like, because in PA I could laminate this and stay within our laws. But again, this #2 pan fits it quite well. I could put like a no BS extreme pan, and it would bring it right to here, just like most people do with their double longs. They put big old pans on them. That works. But I mean, just, you know, anyone can say, oh, I never get toe catches with big pans and that. Well, that's just, I'm sorry, it's not true. Because if the animal steps here on that big pan and hits it, then bam, yes. You're doing a lot of guiding to get him to step in the center of that trap now, when you're running them big pans, if you're not getting any toe catches and that. You're doing a lot of guiding, which a good educated trapper obviously could always get them to step in the center of this trap, no matter how big that pan is, with proper guiding, dirt clods, little sticks, whatnot. But the chances of a toe catch is much higher with a big old pan in this trap. But that's beside the point here. What I wanted to do this little quick video on. A lot of people ask me about making these double longs dogless and the way I did it. But these bridger models, you see, that's not welded. Nothing on there is welded. That is the pan assembly, the bracket and the pan from a #2 dogless, which you can buy the parts of traps from some of the big suppliers out there. You can buy just parts for your traps. You can buy that pan and that, you know, that bracket and everything, you know, as replacement parts. Excuse me there. So the way I did that, you would be able to do this with a drill bit, a flathead screwdriver, and a hammer, and a grinder, of course. No welding required to make this trap dogless like that, though. Normally I make a whole tube and bracket of my own and I weld them all on, okay? But what you do is you take your pan off. This tab is pressed in. Take that bolt off, take your pan out. You can see here, I cut that rest of that frame off right there where it's bent. Then, just go ahead and zip that tab off the top here. Grind it down a little till it's flush with the frame. You can take a flathead screwdriver, put it in there, a couple taps, and you will pop that right out. Now, what that does is, I'm probably gonna fire this trap, but nope. That's when you know you got a trap jaw that sits below the pan that sits below the jaw is nice. Lay the trap right flat. But anyways, the stock tab on this pan assembly bracket for the dogless now goes in there. So what you do is from there, from that tab, that's going to sit in there. Now you can set the trap, take this pan assembly, slide it onto your frame, and you can set the trap and adjust your pan. It will stay set. And now, when you slide the pan up on there, onto the night latch, don't slide it the whole way up. You want it on the night latch when you set where you want this pan on there. Take a Sharpie with the bolt out, you mark that hole, set the trap off, drill the hole, bolt your pan assembly on, and you got a dogless number 4 Bridger long, just like that. Look how the pan sits on that. I mean, that trap is ready to rip and tear. Even with that jaw stamped the whole way down below where you would bed it. And of course this one I base plated, everything, swiveled, welded them up. That's what you wanted done with this. But you can just take this bracket here. Like I said, pop your jaws out, take your spring off, and you can slide it onto your frame here. And it'll, when the animal pulls, it'll catch into the corner and not the whole way out to the end of the spring. So I figured I'd just share that. When he gets me the rest of his traps and I go to do them, I will go ahead and just do a more in-depth video of exactly how I'm setting the trap without the pan being bolted down and everything. With the pan post not being bolted down. The pan is bolted into the pan post there, that assembly, but it's not bolted to the frame yet. It will set and the tension will hold that up so you can mark where you need to drill. And it will be a little touchy until you get all that set. What I do, that's a nice stiff pan. This trap's pan tension right now is at 4.5 pounds. The way I got it set there. Leave that up to him to go ahead and adjust how he wants it, but the pan tension fully still works. And that looks like this trap was absolutely made that way, other than it says number 2, and this is a number 4 Bridger. But the number 4 Bridger is only 6-inch outside jaw spread. And like I said, this is a very nice, well-rounded, double long spring trap. Some people don't like them, but since you can't get Sleepy Creeks anymore in that, I mean, this is a very nice trap. Well, till next time, everyone, have a good one.